But you must understand that this is not just about landmark. There's an Igbo problem in Nigeria. That's why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu.
What's your take on
for asking
Nnamdi Kanu's perpetual detention?
And then we are rehabilitating Boko Haram commanders. He said 120,000 of them have surrendered with foreign currency in their hand. And you have rehabilitated them. But one guy who says, we want justice, we don't want to stay in Nigeria, you are holding him perpetually, using the judiciary or judicial, subterfuge to keep the trial. Now, everybody who knows what they are doing understand that it's not a judicial matter.
So Nnamdi is essentially a political prisoner.
He's a political hostage.
So guys, you just heard what Sowore said, that Nnamdi Kanu is a political hostage. That there is a structure by the government, to always and perpetually work against the Igbos. An Igbo man can never be chief of defense staff. An Igbo man can never serve in some critical areas in this country. An Igbo man can never be president. One could think that since IBB came out to make that revelation that it wasn't an Igbo coup, that the federal government is supposed to have called maybe the Igbos or Hanese or whosoever they want to call and invite them to a round table, at least to speak with them, to even apologize and then take some steps to reconcile this country. Because guess what? The hatred is still there. The hatred is still there. And when you look at it, you won't blame people like Nnamdi Kanu who grew up and saw what was happening to their own people and felt, we can't condone this. We must fight against it. You cannot blame people like Nnamdi Kanu because they saw it. Everybody in Nigeria can see the hatred that the Igbos, the marginalization that the Igbos are going through in this country. An Igbo man cannot be president. An Igbo man cannot be this. An Igbo man cannot be this. So you can imagine, even now that IBB has come out to make that revelation, is it difficult for the federal government to have called the Igbo leaders and say, okay, you people should come, let's discuss, let there be peace, let's reconcile and make this country to move forward? And that is why IPOB is rejecting the proposal for more states in the southeast. They said they want referendum because they are like, enough is enough. We've had enough of the marginalization. We no longer want to belong. We just want to go. You can imagine that many people were died after that coup. Many people, and a coup that was meant to install a Yoruba leader, not even an Igbo leader. But still the Igbos were the ones that suffered it. And even up to today, they are still suffering it. And that is why, people are like saying they don't want the 10 trillion naira that Ohaneze is asking for. They just want referendum. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at what Sowore said in this video, that honestly, Nnamdi Kanu is a political prisoner, a political hostage, that they are busy releasing Boko Haram fighters, but they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu. That no matter the government that comes in place, they will continue to keep Nnamdi Kanu because it's a federal government structured way of dealing with the Igbos. Anyway, I'm going to allow you to take a look at this video. Please just drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Take a look.
But you must understand that this is not just about landmark. There's an Igbo problem in Nigeria. That's why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu.
What's your take on
for asking
Nnamdi Kanu's perpetual detention?
And then we are rehabilitating Boko Haram commanders. He said 120,000 of them have surrendered with foreign currency in their hand. And you have rehabilitated them. But one guy who says, we want justice, we don't want to stay in Nigeria, you are holding him perpetually, using the judiciary or judicial, subterfuge to keep the trial. Now, everybody who knows what they are doing understand that it's not a judicial matter.
So Nnamdi is essentially a political prisoner.
He's a political hostage. Well, I'll call him not a political because he may not. Whomever is in power, except me, will keep him in jail.
So do you think that Igbos generally are endangered species in Nigeria? Going back what you just narrated.
That's the truth. Nigeria did not forgive Igbos since the end of the Civil War.
What did they do?
Because they challenged the real estate of the British called Nigeria. So, and they didn't forgive them since then. So everything has been done after that. We know this is the unspoken truth about the country called Nigeria, that they did not forgive Igbos for the Civil War.
The Igbos were the victims and they have forgiven the victims. So why is it difficult for the victors to...
You are preaching to the choir.
And because he had mentioned once that, in an interview, he had mentioned that the Igbos will never be president of Nigeria. That is a perpetual, narration to keep the Igbos the way they are.
Yeah, so no, it's not about even the presidency. If they find an Igbo man that is malleable, that can work in their interests, they can make him president if he doesn't have any power. You can be a president of, you can be a president of Nigeria and not have the powers of the president. When they wanted to destroy the landmark, who was the minister in charge? It's not an Igbo man.
And Moka is Igbo speaking, also fighting.
It's easier for them to use an Igbo man to carry out. If it was done by a Yoruba man, the uproar would have been worse. But you find an Igbo minister of works to help you demolish Igbo businessmen. You say, can't you see them? So it's easier that way. It's manipulation. It's how Nigeria manipulate people. But I'm not saying that if he was a Yoruba minister, he cannot demolish. They will do it too. It's easy. Anybody could have done it as long as there's an agreement to do it. Because beyond just ethnicity, there's also an elite conspiracy against Nigerian people. So an average poor person is endangered. But you are likely more endangered if you have committed a generational crime against the Nigerian real estate. Owned
by being an Igbo man.
Of course. That's the truth. You know, that's why you are saying, oh, you are Yoruba man. You know, if based on what I say, they even tell me I'm not Yoruba enough. You know, but I'm of mixed heritage. There's a part of me that is Ijo.
Okay.
And we are the Ijo speaking Yorubas. We are the Yoruba speaking Ijos in Ondo State.
Okay.
So they call us Ijo Apoy.
Ilaje area.
No, it's Ilaje. So we're next to Ilaje.
Okay.
But my great grandparents came from Yoruba side of things. But the stream that Sowore is named after is in Ijebu waterside. Because that's how they came. So, but you know, I don't speak to people based on ethnicity. I don't define myself based on my ethnic heritage, even though I do not deny it. But because it underlies our humanity to be assigned an ethnic position before you can be respected. Are you getting my point? Or before your views can carry on, so you have to be a Yoruba man. And then it was,
so we've had
here
Rwanda.
Comes one of them.
We've had Rwanda manage the same ethnic issue in their country with the Tutsi thing after years of genocide. Are you sure they managed it?
Well, to a reasonable extent. They manage it through genocide. And Nigeria
after also, genocide management.
So this is what you should understand. Okay. Nigeria also managed the Igbo problem through genocide. 4 million Igbos. So
I was coming to that.
Is that not genocide? But you know the problem I have sometimes even with some of our people is that the same people who shot and killed them are more popular in their midst than those who support their rights. The Obasanjos of this world are embraced as authentic people, but these are the people who went and used third commando to massacre Igbos. What did they name this airport after? Murtala Mohammed, one of the most notorious killers of Igbos. Buhari, they kill Igbos. Danjuma, they kill Igbo. Gowon, they kill Igbos. But they even love them more than they love those of us who are fighting. People challenge me that they hate me because I support Nnamdi Kanu, and I say so be it, because I know that I'm supporting justice, and I cannot support injustice because I want political favors from a country. If you want to keep carrying out genocide of political nature or continuation of it, you can go ahead, keep voting for the criminals who are perpetrating it. Let the forest be voting for the axe because the handle is from one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I said something. I would like you to touch more on it. I mean, the Igbos were the victims. Now they are forgiving the victors. There is no place you don't find the footprints of Igbos across the length and breadth.
That's why I say you are preaching to the choir. Igbos are not only in Nigeria, they are all over the world. I went to Alabama in the US, and the only pharmacist there is an Igbo man. Selma, Alabama. You've heard about Selma?
Yeah.
It's one of the homes of the civil rights movement, where they cross that Petra Bridge.
Exactly.
Igbo man is there. Most likely that's what you find in every community in the US. Igbos are distributed all over the world. There's this urban legend that if Igbos cannot live in a place, the place is not livable. There was a time a New York Times reporter came to Gamboru Ngala after Boko Haram sacked the place. The only person they found there who was not a Boko Haram member was an Igbo pharmacist. So what are you doing here? He said, well, somebody has to treat them. He was that courageous not to stay there. So I'm saying all these things so that you can understand that I understand probably more consciously better than most people do. And that informs the reason I can speak categorically about the victimization of Igbo. Otherwise, it is a taboo. Politically, it is incorrect to say that Igbos are victimized by an average Nigerian.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's
because nobody wants to hear the truth. You know, and when you say, if somebody is watching me again, they say, Sowore, what's your problem now? Leave these Igbo people alone. You understand? That is the truth. But I cannot, my conscience cannot allow me to accommodate the genocide of 3 million people, 4 million people, and then the continuation of that denunciation of their existence through persecution, in which the Nigerian state is carrying out, either through landmark or Nnamdi Kanu, or, you know, look, I told a story, I think it was on a honest point, that in this country, nobody has. There was a time they were beheading Igbos, putting their heads in calabash and putting on the trains going east.
Do you think that's what's happening in the east right now? Speaking about militarization.
Pogrom, you understand? And that's why they're doing it. It's what they're doing. When we did August, what did we ask for? Demilitarization of the east and release of Nnamdi Kanu was one of our demands. But it was the most denounced demands, even by human rights people. They told us, no, don't include Kanu in your demands. Otherwise, we will not join you. Because Nigeria has been made to believe that a crime committed against Igbo doesn't fall under human rights abuse.
So let's speak about that crime against Igbo, because a popular, I think I read in your paper recently.
And unfortunately also, the Ohanese people said they should not join the protests, that they are negotiating with Tinubu. They even said that he will release him for Christmas gift, as if he's a Christmas goat.
Oh, yes, all right, so speaking about this militarization of the Southeast, recently I read in your platform, a popular media mogul, owner of a media platform in Lagos State, was dehumanized in the Southeast. He was traveling through Anambra State to Asaba Airport, and he was accosted. He and about 3 DSS officials were accosted by military personnel who, you know, dehumanized them, told them to lie on the floor. In fact, told them they were going to shoot at them, told them that they were IPOB. Do you think there has been accusations that most of the people killed in the Southeast in the guise of IPOB are really not IPOB?
Exactly.
That they were killed by military. Do you think that this is exactly what happened?
These guys are burning down villages, Nigerian army. They are burning down villages. Like, if you are 17 years old in the East, you carry any kind of hairstyle and you run into a military checkpoint, you're automatically targeted. It's profiling.
Oh, wow.
You understand? But go to Katsina. Listen to this before we end this broadcast. The governor in Katsina said a whole local government with tons of bandits have only 5 policemen in their area. They have only 1 vehicle, no military. But there are bandits all over the place. Why is it that banditry and terrorism in the north is treated with kid gloves, and people who are asking for what is recognized by the United Nations as self-governance, the request for self-governance, is treated as a crime against the state? But terrorism is not treated the same way in the East. I traveled in the northern part of Nigeria during the election in 2019 and also in 2023. You can drive all the way from some of the most, bandits havens, dangerous points, and there will be no policeman or army on the way. Okay. But you cannot travel in the East today. Is 1 kilometer, 1 military battalion.
Unfortunately, that is what it is. Before we leave, can I ask you a personal question?
Go ahead.
We have spoken a lot here, and you are more like a repetition of speaking truth to power. Sowore, do you fear for your life?
It's too late. My life had been taken several times, to the point that all I'm dedicated to is living my life one day at a time.
Alright, so I just finished watching this video by Nnamdi Sowore, and I can tell you that this guy said real facts. He said the raw truth as it is. Whether you like it or not, everything that this man said is what is actually happening in Nigeria as we speak. In fact, take a look at what he said about Nnamdi Kanu. He said Nnamdi Kanu is a political hostage. Nnamdi Kanu is actually actually been in detention for over 5 years, and any government that comes in will still be a slave to that government. Nnamdi Kanu was actually arrested by Buhari back then, and after Buhari finished his 8 years, 4 years, 8 years, Tinubu is here now, is the president of Nigeria, and he is not even saying anything about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It is very, very, very shameful to the Nigerian government that they decide to use Igbos as scapegoats. Later, they will be using their own brothers to, look at what the southeastern governors are doing. Just imagine, they are all slaves to the Nigerian government. Take a look at what how coordinated they are. I mean, it feels like if Nnamdi Kanu is actually released, a whole lot of things will be spoiled in the southeast for them. And we all know that these guys are actually politicizing is continuous stay in detention. It's really obvious that these people are continue to keep this man for no reason. Look at people who has actually been causing havoc in the country. Boko Haram members, they were actually freed. Look at it. It's just so shameful. It's just so shameful that the innocent would keep on languishing in prison for no reason. Why would Nnamdi Kanu wait? This is someone that was supposed to cherish in Nigeria. I mean, this is a man of wisdom. This is a man that whenever he speaks real truth. These are the people that we're supposed to cherish in our country. And now it's happening. It's just the opposite. Rather, where the Nigerian government would always look for the good ones and the innocent ones and detain them because they are saying the truth, because they are fighting for the freedom of their people. Honestly speaking, I really want to hear from you guys regarding this particular incident that is happening in southeastern part of the country, especially with Igbos. What do you think is the solution to all this continuous issue, this problem that keeps on, growing every day? What do you guys think about? Let me hear from you guys in the comment section below. And also, if you're watching for the very first time and you're not yet a subscriber, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, drop a like in this video. With that being said, see you all in our next video.
So guys, it's really so pathetic, looking at what the Igbos have got to go because they belong to this country. Honestly, it's really so heartbreaking looking at what people are meant to go through. One just keep wondering, is it not high time for the federal government to bring the Igbos to a round table and talk to them and make sure people feel at home again and carry them along? Because see, it is clear that there's a gang up against the Igbos. We must be true to ourselves. There's a gang up, and when people like Nnamdi Kanu grew up to see all what was happening to the Igbos, they couldn't bear it anymore. So for people like Nnamdi Kanu, even if he dies in this process, for him it's better than staying and watching all this whatever the federal government is doing. It's really so sad, honestly. It's really so sad. So, guys, I don't know what you make of this video. Let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. We all know that, honestly, this is heart-touching. When you look through what the Igbos went through after that coup, many people were lives, hundreds and thousands and millions of lives, because it was from that coup that we now moved to the civil war, because people felt that yes, the Igbos tried to carry out that coup, it failed, and now they want war. And then now they came with full force. Britain helped them to destroy the Igbos because of the oil, because Britain wanted oil and didn't value the lives of even very small children that died in that war. And you can see where we are today as a country, because of that oil. As they've gotten the oil, what has the oil even fetched the country? Nothing to show for it, while this is oil they've been making for years. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.